good you're watching and listening to Breakfast with Stephen and Anne. You were just looking at recipes, actually.
Yeah,
Pumpkin gnocchi.
Makes me hungry looking at these recipes.
I'm interested in pumpkin recipes because we're going pumpkin.
Well, that's right, of course, because of Halloween.
This afternoon.
Right. So it's pumpkin gnocchi, and well, you make it out of pumpkins. That's surprising.
I'll do it.
I don't know how, but I will have a look, because this is the newspaper review coming up, and this is it's just fallen out of the newspaper, so I'll have a go at it. But it looks like you scoop out the inside of the pumpkin, and then you mush it all up, and then you add flour, cheese, spices, salt, and egg yolk. So you're making it into a dough, really, right? And then you cut it up and fry it just as you would ordinary gnocchi, and then you've made pumpkin gnocchi, and it looks lovely the way they've done it. Maybe I'll try it and bring it in tomorrow.
Do me a favour too, don't fall asleep because I'm having them earrings.
Oh, you're going to pinch them?
Oh, I'll nick them. I'll have them. I'll wear
Wear
them.
them as a brooch. Very nice. But anyway, as you can see, joining us this morning, broadcaster Pete Price and author and broadcaster Nikki Hodgson. Good morning, you two. Can we start, Nikki, with the son, Tyson Fury? Has talked about the near death of his baby Athena, which we'd not heard of before.
We haven't heard about it, we just heard about her being born, didn't we? So this is actually adapted, it's a piece in The Sun that's adapted from Gloves Off, which is his memoir, which is published just in time for Christmas. And it's him describing how on the eve of his 2021 fight with Deontay Wilder, he slept on a hospital floor while he was waiting for his baby to be cared for in Aldehay Hospital in Liverpool, and he describes how poorly she was when she was born. You know, she was fine in the first few minutes, then rushed off to intensive care. He actually describes how after a couple of days of being very poorly, she basically died, and then they resuscitated her. And he describes how his wife Paris rang him hysterical, saying the baby's dead, and then they managed to resuscitate her. And this was literally 4 weeks before this big fight. So he was sleeping on the hospital floor, training during the day, trying to keep it together for his family. But what he says, it's really moving, but what he sort of says at the end is Athena's strength in fighting back, like fighting for her life, gave him, you know, strength to fight for his fight.
Should you really be reading this?
Don't worry, I've read so many horror stories now about maternity and babies and things. I'm used to it, don't worry.
Oh, see, it worries.
Thank you.
No, because it worries me when very pregnant ladies read horror stories about what can happen. It's like, look for the positive.
I know. No, I'm one of those people that feels better for reading the bad stuff, so...
Okay. Should we talk music? Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yep.
Wild
one of
Man
the
of
legends.
rock.
Well, he is indeed, but one of the legends when you think with Johnny Cash and Chuck Berry and Elvis and Little Richard, and he was a legend. Musically, you cannot fault him. He was exciting, it was fabulous. But you know, he had to flee the country in May, I think it was 1958, when they found out he was married to his 13-year-old first cousin. He was wild. 7 wives. I'd love to know if he's left any money.
The alimony must be huge.
The alimony must, but the repeats fees, or whatever you call them in the music business. I mean, there's so many famous tunes from him.
But it's amazing. Great Balls of Fire. I was just going to jump on here then and sing it, but I would knock everything flying. So I won't do it. But he is a legend, and everybody, the Rolling Stones and Elton John, everybody's been putting on social media their photos with him.
Oh, he inspired a whole generation.
I never met him. I was one of the I never met him. Can't even speak now.
No.
But,
it's one of your regrets.
That's the word, regrets with the pumpkin gnocchi.
How we go from that to Suella Braverman, I don't know. But she's in the title. I mean, she's proving to be controversial.
She is controversial. Well, so basically, this is just a story about what she's done in the first 5-6 weeks that she's been the Home Secretary. And it's about how...
Mini holiday in between.
With a mini holiday in between, let's call it that. But this is about how multiple government sources have told the Times that she blocked the transfer of thousands of migrants in a processing centre at Manston Airport, which directly led to an outbreak of diphtheria and scabies. So the reason it's important to bring this story up is that she's letting her ideology get in the way of her humanity, in my opinion, because she's so determined to cap the number of migrants, to kind of like control what they're doing. She'd asked for their movements be tracked with them to have tags on, like they were criminals. I mean, they don't have to wear them. I just think the fact that she had been advised by her civil servants to move these people because they were at risk of disease, and then it happened anyway. It's just evidence that she's not listening to the people that are doing the research for it. I mean, the whole point of having civil servants is to take their advice. They spend hours researching things, so you don't have to as a minister.
But could she have moved them anyway? Because the place is crowded to the point of at least 100% more people than should be.
Well, she could have moved them to hotels. The reason she didn't do it is because of how much money it's costing the country.
Well, is that not fair enough?
Well, it's not fair enough if you have,
No, I know
disease
you have an
outbreaks,
outbreak in
which are
diphtheria, but...
And the hotels, as you say, are costing a great deal of money. Once again, coming out of...
Well, even the accommodation that we're providing at the moment is
6.8 million a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Well, we've got an exclusive report about Manston actually from Mark White, which we're playing every hour, so you can get more details on that if you so wish. Fireworks, Pete, in the Extras. Now, this one always...
It's a minefield.
Well, it is, because I don't mind. I mean, I've always had pets and always had fireworks. And none of my pets have ever bothered.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but fireworks are getting louder and louder and louder. I was at a house a couple of years ago and some fireworks went off on one of these big displays and 2 paintings fell off the wall and the house was away from the house because of the vibration. Now, what they're saying is so many animals are suffering, and I didn't know the fireworks are allowed 365 days a year for 16 hours a day. Every day. It's legal. You can have that. I'm disappointed that Liverpool and a few places up north are cancelling their firework displays this year because of cost. I understand about the cost, but I also think it's a great system to have.
Keep it in one place.
Keep it in one place, and then at least you know where they are. You're pulling your face, Stephen.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't like it.
No.
You like fireworks in the garden?
Like fireworks in the garden. It's what we always did, and it's what we still always do. Get a few
No,
fireworks.
I understand that. I come from that school of the fireworks, but it's the noise of the fireworks now. These industrial fireworks are absolutely ridiculous.
Yes,
And they're
I mean,
frightening.
gone are the days you used to let off little ones in the garden that were, a whopper was about 9 inches tall. Now they're these enormous great things. Terrify you. They're the size of dustbins.
Well, yeah, but they're multiple ones, aren't they?
No, but they're still terrifying.
The thing is, haven't we invented something better, which is these amazing drone light displays? I don't know if you've seen those.
they're
They're absolutely
amazing,
incredible, and they're silent and they don't harm pets.
Oh,
I feel like it's time to move on. I love the smell of fireworks. I love bonfire
I love
night
the
in
smell of
Northern.
fireworks. Yes.
But maybe it's time to move
let's
on.
have totally silent. We don't sit there and...
I mean, you can have music. You can have music soundtracks.
Throw the potatoes in the bonfire afterwards, and you came home with black teeth.
Yeah.
They tasted great. By the way, can I put an appeal out?
Oh.
I'm going home on my Avanti train. There's chaos because there's train work.
strike.
But what would be nice is to have the toilets working. 9 carriages yesterday, 1 toilet for 9 carriages, and they had to have a pit stop at Rugby for people to use the toilet.
That
Please,
is
Avanti,
ridiculous.
please. Toilets, old people need toilets.
That's very bad, actually.
That's
very
appalling.
But no, let us know what you're going to do with your firework displays. Actually, I haven't bought any yet, so we do need to buy some. But mine never had a problem with the pet. Always keep them in.
So
on
you two are
fireworks
going to sit
night.
there with your
You're a
sparklers?
grown man with your husband, and you're going to sit there and let
With
off
your
little fireworks in the garden.
Oh, cattle wheels and all sorts of things.
Coming up. You two with sparklers.
Oh, the sparklers. Well, the rockets and the whole work.
I'm terrified of fireworks. Absolutely terrified. I've always watched from inside.
Oh, and we'll have a big fire, and we'll
You have a bonfire.
yeah, we'll have a bonfire, and we'll have like a sort of burger and chips outside in the cold with around the
That
bonfire.
must be a big house if you've got a bonfire in the garden.
We've got a barbecue now. You can build it on the barbecue, can't you? Build it on the barbie.
Yeah.
I'll have a bonfire on my
I
balcony.
don't understand fireworks at all. I think they should all be banned.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
There you go.
I'm quite a fan. I like. But anyway, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a. Let's bring it. Actually, no. We'll talk about clothes, Nikki, in the mail. How many clothes have you got in your wardrobe?
Lots. But not enough, because you reminded me that I was wearing the same dress for the week, so I've been shopping.
You have been.
But I've got an excuse, but nothing fits because I'm pregnant. But this is actually really shocking. It says that we've almost £800 worth of unworn clothes in our wardrobes.
I've got more than that.
But 1 in 3 of us intend to buy even more.
What about stuff you've never worn?
Yeah, with tags on it still.
You're joking.
I haven't got stuff with
Me too.
well, maybe I've got one thing with
Yeah.
Most women have a fat wardrobe, a thin wardrobe,
That's
and a
true,
meat
Anne, yeah.
wardrobe. Yes, absolutely.
true.
You have clothes that you aspire to get into one day, clothes that you did used to wear and probably never will again, but you can't bear to get rid of them.
can't let go.
And then you have another staple wardrobe of the stuff that you
Isn't
wear.
that interesting? Liberace, when he was alive, had his suits made in 3 sizes because his weight fluctuated.
Yeah.
Always had 3 different suits. I've got a big wardrobe, but I keep my stuff from the old days and bring it back in, and people say, where did you get that? And I said, I've had that for 20 years.
Me too.
I look after everything.
You know this jumper that you've been saying
Yeah,
you
which
like
I
so much?
love. It's camp, I'd wear it.
40 years old.
Is it really?
Yeah, you wore that on breakfast telly 40 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, no.
I know, isn't it crazy?
worn well.
Yeah, it's worn very well.
No, it's because you look after the stuff.
Yes, you
Because
do.
you appreciate,
If you
because
love
we're
it.
from a school
Yeah.
where you appreciated what you had.
I tell you what,
Doesn't stop me buying more though.
No.
I've never ever bought something and then not worn it.
I've not.
it's
No,
shocking.
I'm with you on that.
And also buying stuff and then not returning it and then just putting it in the bin.
Left with it.
Putting it in the bin, this
But
report says. Why do you clothes?
as Anne just said, how many people are watching now who's bought something that they can't get in?
Yeah.
And they buy it ready to
I'm
get
going
into
to
it,
get
but they
you
never
think,
do
I'm
get
going to
it.
wear that on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I've just got to lose a couple of stone.
Christmas best.
Yeah.
Sunday best. Now you're going down another road.
I tell you what you should do, if you can't take it back because you've had it too long, get it on eBay
Yeah.
or what's the other one?
Well, you know what they do.
That is it.
But that requires a sense of organisation.
You know what a lot of ladies do? They'll go to somewhere like Marks and Spencer's, get an outfit, wear it, take it back the next day.
No.
Oh,
No.
take it back the next. Yes, absolutely.
it's very
Take it
well
back the
known.
next day. So they've worn it, they've had the fun, get something else. Oh, this, I've watched them do it. I did a program on it. I could not believe it.
Oh, that's terrible.
I've never
I
done
know.
that.
No. What a waste of money though, especially at the minute. Well,
Yeah.
it's like it's the equivalent of going down the back of the sofa and seeing how many pound coins you can find.
Yes,
Like
we
20
should all
quid
go
or
for our
something, wasn't
wardrobes,
it?
sell the
We
stuff
talked about it the other week.
Yeah. If you haven't worn it for a year, you're probably not going to.
That's
so
true. You've got to
get rid
just
of it.
accept it and move
Yeah.
on.
I did all the firework displays in Sefton Park. I worked up there as hosting it, and I'd do a Mexican wave, which was ridiculous because it was pitch black and I don't know whether they were doing it or not.
See the sparkles.
It's stupid.
They would if they were held.
But I will never forget you and your fella with the sparklers in your garden with the bonfire. I need to talk to you about that off air.
Yeah.
Talking of it,
We'll need a picture.
let's talk Halloween, should we? The fact you've got your mask on already, Pete.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. This is great, actually, because you know lots of people do Christmas demonstrations in their house and everything. There's a few up north. But this guy's raised £2,700 in 3 days, which is great, and that was for a children's hospice. And he spends all year doing it, and it's Dad's House of Horrors, and it's real scream. And he's now got.
People get paid to come round it then.
They pay to come round, and they've got a spider, which is £1,000 spider, and he builds all these things, and he spends so long doing it, and it brings a bit of joy to people. And this is better than the Christmas light decorations because it's not costing him
Low
as much.
energy. Yeah.
Where is he?
Where is he? Don't know.
Oh.
Don't know. Sorry. Don't know.
Somewhere.
Where are you? He's a carpenter. Halloween House. It's got the Halloween House of Horrors. Is a carpenter called Kieran King, and it's spookily good. And it's really a great idea.
Well, King, and where we are, Kieran King, well done to you.
Yep.
So you raise a bit more money as well for that. It's a lot of effort.
Doesn't say, does it?
It doesn't say where
No,
he
it
is.
doesn't.
Oh,
Glad.
well, there you
No,
go.
in Gillingham in Kent.
Oh,
there we go.
Gillingham
There he is.
in Kent. That's his lovely house of horrors.
Well, if you're anywhere in the area, dig find him somehow and go and pop round.
Yeah, and support the cause.
Hasn't
Like that.
Halloween become huge now?
Big thing.
It
Yeah.
was never anything.
Never, no, we've gone American on it, haven't we?
Yeah, it was always turnip lanterns and bobbing for apples. That was
Yeah.
it back in my day.
Yes.
Oh, I've got a story about bun apples, but I couldn't tell you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very rude.
You've got so many stories you can't tell.
Nobody's
What's the
swearing.
point?
Got lots of stories. Look, thank you. It's been great to see you both this morning. Thank you very much indeed.